I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, Nancy, and then I'll just turn it over to you to give your presentation. So welcome, Nancy. Nancy Feldman is an art historian whose work engages with textile histories and explores the foundational significance of place, materials, and the process of making. Currently associate professor, adjunct in the art history department at the School of the Art Institute Chicago, she also serves as supervisor for the SAIC Textile Resource Center in the Department of Fiber and Material Studies. She co-directed and produced the Amazonian documentary Shipibo Movie of Our Memories, a MacArthur Foundation supported film. She holds a PhD in art history from the University of Chicago and a BFA from the School of the Art Institute. And we're so happy to have you here today, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. And I'm really delighted to show the trailer. I was thinking about the fact that this is an 11-year-old trailer because we first released it in 2010. But I feel that it's really still so important and relevant today because it provides this window into the Shipibo people, who are the largest indigenous group in Peru's Amazon, and who are really on the land protecting their community lands, their sacred forests, from encroachment, from illegal logging and illegal mining, and all of the oil spills from the different oil companies in Peru. So it certainly has great relevance as we sort of face our climate crisis. So I just wanted to say a few things about the movie as we before I show it, and you'll be seeing a 9-minute trailer, and then we can put into the chat a link to the 50-minute movie that is in Spanish. I think Fernando Valdivia uploaded it, and he was the cameraman for our 2-man crew when we worked in the Amazon. And so in this brief trailer, you'll be introduced to the Kene pattern, which is seen here on the textile behind me. This is a skirt made by a young woman who lived in the really remote village of Manco Capac on the upper Ucayali River in Peru's Amazon. And the term kene is a Shipibo word that means design, and it's identified by these all over undulating designs. And it marks the ritual knowledge of Shipibo ancestral cosmology, and is part of their healing practices. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Well, so when you're watching the trailer, you'll see two things. There was, when we started working, we had discovered a 1953 movie, of a silent movie of the Shipibo people. And so that'll be introduced in this short trailer. But when we took the movie that Claire Odlin edited together to Peru, to the very remote villages so that they could see this silent movie, we started hearing all of these amazing stories to sort of explain what was happening in these silent moving clips. And we thought we wanted to record a commentary. We wanted to record these voices. We didn't want them to disappear. And sort of recreating the legacy. And so that was really the beginning of this 4-year project. And it was pretty much a volunteer project for 4 years by Claire and I here in the United States, really assembling all the tools of creating a documentary. But when we went to Peru, our travels and camping and food were covered by the Field Museum and the MacArthur Foundation. along with the editing and production for the documentary. And I think the other thing about the movie that's important is that these images, that the Shipibo communities in 2007 had never seen any photographs of their ancestors. They had never seen any moving pictures before of their ancestors. And they had most often been, told that their ancestors' ways were heathen and should be westernized and modernized. And so that they were really grateful. They were just really grateful to have these. So part of our project was to get the funding and provide the recording of the Shipibo people talking about the movie, and then to distribute 1,000 DVDs within Peru to taking it to the remote communities, doing a whole series of screenings, giving them to community villages and community libraries and cities across Peru so that they would have them in their record. And we also wanted, I guess that was it. Oh, and we also, the other outcome was that there was a film school created, so that because we at this point were really facilitating it, so that they created 11 years ago the film school in Pucallpa, which is a major city right at the gateway to the Amazon, and that's still thriving today. So we were delighted to have that. So at this point, I'm going to share the trailer. It's a 9-minute trailer, and hope you enjoy it.
I'm Olivia Newton-John, and I've been inspired by the Amazon rainforest ever since my husband, Amazon John Easterling, introduced me to the Shipibo people and this amazing part of the world.
Me encantó bastante anoche que he visto la película. No sabía cómo agradecerle que nunca, yo hace muchos años atrás decía, ese tiempo, ¿por qué no había películas? Decía yo. Ahora que hay para grabar, todo ese drama, todo, pues, ¿no? Pero antiguamente no había, ni fotógrafos había, quizás había ya en otros países, pero acá peor en los pueblos indígenas no había nada.
In 1953, the anthropologist Harry Shopik Jr. visited the homelands of the Shipibo in the Peruvian Amazon. He made a film called Men of the Montaña. More than 50 years later, researchers at the Field Museum in Chicago found these images in the archives of the American Museum of Natural History. They compiled them into a video so that several generations later, the Shipibo people could finally see Shopik's work.
Yo le digo a mi nieto, de aquí 30 años van a ver esta película ya cuando no estoy aquí. Y ahí recién van a pensar que así ha sido nuestros abuelos, antes que van a decir.
How accurate is Shopik's film? What do the Shipibo think about their own identity, about the changes in their culture, and the future for their children?
Y era para mí interesante revalorar nuevamente la cultura que hemos tenido, ¿no? Y ver, ¿no? Que seguir, yo decía, ¿no? Hay que seguir y decir a nuestros hijos que sigan valorando nuestro arte y más nuestra cultura, que es nuestra vestimenta, ¿no? Para Para mí es importante porque nosotros mismos estamos valorando nuestro arte, ¿no? Y por eso es que nosotros no dejamos de poner y seguimos haciendo el trabajo de artesanía, y artesanía es para nosotros un fuente de ingreso económico para el pueblo Shipibo.
Muate ikate kaskama bu manawa hikya bu dino baku ta muate abu kaskara meku ronta ko iki rautia ko chiton tiabu atenda maka no ronta ko kikijima ronta ko ya ya yo ronta ko jer tiabu ate un haskara shina ko tawa no na bu ronta ko en ponte nawa bu simwa nawa kaskara no ya ma no shikana más que no putano
Cambia lo que soy.
Cambia que se me maika cambia mi tabuca hasta que no con acá en las calles mira nada más que tonte que estaba aquí hasta
que Kiki ni radro ya ka Kiki ni radro ya na to una ha que no contesta ya muni ai ya se Kiki ni radro ya ate vi no va un ashe ite ya ramash ko biga cuestiones de bordado y na to nuska ha que no reke va que manuska akai dibi ya ska Kiki ni radro dibi te askar ramita atipan na to ha ashe que o sea no contestan para mapumui ko aking get ya wakutianga ya wakishkuigutianga te haskas que ashe que bi ma.
Sí, prácticamente en los tiempos anteriores, ¿no? Como acabo de observar la película, casi no se necesitaba el dinero.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque todo había en abundancia. Pescado en abundancia, hasta inclusive hemos visto peixe, gambitana, todos los peces grandes, no peces escogidos, pero hoy en día no se ve. A la medida que va a ir creciendo la población, ¿no? Entonces eso también va a ir disminuyéndose. Antes no faltaba nada. No se necesitaba vitaminas de la farmacia, por ejemplo. No faltaba comida en la mesa. Felizmente hoy en día hay una corriente por comprender y revalorar a la cultura y la cosmovisión de los pueblos ancestrales como los pueblos amazónicos. En el tema educativo se está impulsando ya no una educación bilingüe, sino una educación intercultural bilingüe, que implica la incorporación no solamente de la lengua de los pueblos indígenas ancestrales de la Amazonía, sino también su cultura en este proceso de enseñanza-aprendizaje.
También nos ayudó a recordar cómo era antiguamente, porque en la actualidad no vemos que, o sea, se está perdiendo esa costumbre y tratamos de recuperarla.
Personalmente me ha gustado lo que hacían más antes nuestros ancestros, ¿no? Como acá ya no se ve, como nosotros los jóvenes no sabemos cómo se hacía la cerámica tradicional. Para mí sería mejor vivir lo que han vivido nuestros ancestros, porque ahí vivían trayendo comida, alimentos de la chacra, cazaban, muchas cosas, como ahora mire cómo contaminan nuestro medio ambiente.
Es importante recuperar nuestra cultura, porque pues, si practicamos eso y mañana más tarde lo perdemos, ¿qué será pues de nosotros, no? Y para eso tenemos que recuperar nuestras costumbres, nuestras creencias, identificarnos como shipibas, estar orgullosa de nuestra cultura. Pertenecer a una comunidad shipiba para nosotras significa mucho.
Es importante.
Es importante.
En algunos cambios sí son malos, algunos sí están buenos.
La cultura está en permanente cambio y construcción. Por lo tanto, lo que permite esta película es hacer un análisis comparativo de lo que fue y de lo que es ahora. ¿Qué elementos todavía podemos revalorarlo, darle un nuevo valor de acuerdo a los cambios económicos, sociales, políticos, ideológicos ocurridos?
Algunos indígenas son alcaldes y algunos son consejeras, consejeros. Ya pues que el 2000 ya que sea más todavía que se ya pues en el Congreso. Ellos ya, yo sé que no va a perder porque nosotros estamos enseñando a nuestros hijos.
Alexia, Sheila, Alinson, Doris, David, Saray, Fran, Cindy, Segundo, Celestina.
Stop share.
Nancy, that was wonderful. It's really so much more than a trailer.
Oh, yeah, it was interesting to see that again. It brought back some really good memories of being on location and meeting so many people and seeing so many amazing textiles and ceramic work. Oops.
Well, thank you so much for sharing it with us, Nancy, and also for sharing your some of the background and the information you gave us before we watched it as well.
Well, great. Thank you so much for being here. And it's been a great meeting today. So thank you for hosting all of that.